News Today, hosted by Amber Rodriguez.
I'm Amber Rodriguez, your host for EWC Cultural News Today. I wanted to give you insight on the current economic status of the United States. Some people are already struggling with the purchases of necessities from inflation, and now they're preparing for a recession that is speculated and highly debated among experts with warning signs. By definition from the Federal Reserve, inflation is the increase in the prices of goods and services over time. Inflation cannot be measured by an increase in the cost of one product or service, or even several products or services. Rather, inflation is a general increase in the overall price level of the goods and services in the economy. What we do know is inflation is affecting everyone. But the debate of whether or not we're in a recession is officially up to the National Bureau of Economic Research. NBER defines a recession as a significant decline in economic activity that is spread across the economy and lasts more than a few months. The committee determines a recession by several factors, including the labor market, consumer and business spending, industrial production, and incomes. However, NBER will not give us an official answer if we are currently in a recession, as it's typically declared until a few months after. The reason this will probably take longer is because the committee waits to accurately detect a peak, which is the highest level of economic activity followed by significant decline, or a trough, which is when the economic activity reaches a low point, then rises again. This debate of a recession really sparked when the Commerce Department reported on July 28th that gross domestic product fell for another quarter. Commonality in past recessions is a consecutive two-quarter decline, but this outcome does not necessarily equate to a current recession, but it does stand as a warning sign along with high inflation. Inflation in June climbed the highest it has been in over 40 years with a 9.1% increase, according to a report released by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. And according to CNBC, 70% of Americans believe a recession is on its way. A huge factor to consider is how COVID-19 has altered our economy since the start. The COVID-19 recession was a global issue affecting most countries back in February of 2020 and ended in April of 2020, according to NBER. That recession was the shortest in U.S. history, but its impact runs deep because people are still trying to return to the normalcy of their lives, businesses, and jobs. The current status of our economy is mixed overall, with high inflation, another quarter decline, and now data reveals that the labor market remains strong. According to the infographic by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, unemployment rate was 3.5% in July, matching the exact level before the pandemic. The Labor Department reported employers added 528,000 jobs from last month. The economy is growing in one area and shrinking in another. While the debate of a recession is not yet confirmed by NBER, there are indicators and warning signs similar to past recessions. Even if we don't get the answer now, it's clear that economic anxiety is a serious struggle for Americans right now. In the next segment, I will update you on the current status of this economy, budget tips, and prevention steps you can take to survive inflation and a possibility of a recession. I'm Amber Rodriguez, your host for EWC Cultural News Today, and this is Economic Anxiety Explained.
You've been listening to EWC Cultural News Today, hosted by Amber Rodriguez. If you'd like to make suggestions, email us at ewcfacts@gmail.com. That's ewcfacts@gmail.com. This has been an EWC Communication production.